Hello. Well, if you are here, it's because I think you are one of my followers. I am a Gonzo blogger, or Miguel. And then today, this is Donetsk, and today is 23 of April. That is the one of the kind of national day in Catalonia. That is my homeland. It's the day of St. George in Catalonia, or St. Jordi. I want to say hello to all the felicitats a todos los catalans y catalanas pel dia de Sant Jordi, for the St. Jordi Day. And it's also the day of the book day, the day of the book in Spain. It's very important day there, no? The women are getting flowers, roses today, and the men books. No? They are in Catalonia. And then the thing is, this is Donetsk, and here today I was here having some kind of Catalan, actually, amb tomaquet. This is traditional smashed tomato on bread and some. You can put whatever, no? You have on that, no? But it's a typical way, no? You say Cuban, no? Cuban way. So the Cubans are doing the same. And here I am here with my friend, no? David Simpson.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. That he likes, no? I think I understood that you like a bit. You have some contact, no? Because you were living in the States, no? And you had some contact with Latino people, no? There, no?
Yes.
So, Latino.
A few.
A few, no? And then you were also. You told me, no? You were also actually working, no? In Riga, no? For some years. Even working for the CIA.
Many years ago.
Yeah, many years ago, working for the CIA. And then you came here to. It's amazing that. And you came here to the Donetsk at the end of in December 2015.
Yes.
As a volunteer, as an American man with experience in the government in the United States that studied law and also public administration.
Mm-hmm.
And then simply with experience, no, even in the CIA. And then, now he's here, no, with us, no, and then I would like to explain me something about what do you think about Donald Trump, what is happening in the United States. I know that you supported a bit Donald Trump when he was candidate candidate to presidency.
Yes.
Against Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
No? And now, tell me what is happening in the United States, because it looks like he has had some problems, or he's having problems.
Yes, absolutely. A brief situation report, if you will. Briefly, when Trump was running, he had a lot of plans for things like repairing the relationship with Russia. He talked about things like shutting down NATO and the U.S. getting out of NATO, closing foreign bases, bringing all the troops home, and trying to secure America and make America great again. This was one of his sales pitches during the campaign. What happened was after he got elected and actually became president, a lot of these forces in government were pushing the other direction. Everybody in the State Department was pushing against his plans. Everybody in the military was against his plans. Mainly because for the last 10 years, everybody has been from, if you will, the Clinton background, or from a political background that was opposed to the direction that Trump wanted to go. What really kind of sealed the deal and stopped Trump, if you will, was the situation involving Steve Bannon and Jared Kushner, his son-in-law. The son-in-law was a neocon who was heavily tied to Clinton. And the son-in-law is always in Trump's ear advising him, and this caused Trump to back up and go another direction. And so a lot of Trump's decisions now are kind of more towards the neocon direction or towards the direction Obama was going rather than his own direction or towards that Make America Great Again direction, if you will. And so now you simply have a situation where Trump is kind of going along with the ride rather than really making his own trailblazing policy, which is what it would have appeared to have been if he actually had the chance to implement some of his ideas.
I mean, how to say? I understand that. What are your this? Hello. What is your prognosis? Is Luis? Is Luis? What is your? Luis. I am here making an interview to our friend Simpson. We are at home of Simpson. Okay. Estamos en casa de Simpson. Okay. And you took me me has cogido justo cuando lo estoy haciendo una entrevista, ¿vale? Dice que va a llegar, ¿por qué? Sí.
Bueno.
It's also Oleg. Alec. No, ya está.
¿Por qué?
Okay. Look, call me in 5 minutes, okay? Because I have an interview. Venga, sorry. But come on. Sorry for this, because somebody's called me, no? But and then, what is your prognosis? What is going to happen?
Well, what you will see happen is still the government of the United States still has to function. And so one of the more recent developments that we've just had in the last 48 hours is Trump has let the cat out of the bag with the idea of sending a special envoy specifically to the Donbass conflict. This is something that was done under Clinton back, if you remember, with Serbia and Bosnia. But one of the ways the United States ended that conflict is they brought the parties together in one place, set them down, and said, okay, you're going to make a peace, you're going to do it now, and that's why we're here. This continued circle or cycle of corruption where the United States gives billions of dollars to Kiev will come to an end. The United States is losing patience, and so is the EU. And so that's why Trump is sending a special person over to speak directly with Surkov. Surkov is Putin's man on the Donbass, and they're going around Kiev and saying, okay, look, maybe we don't need Kiev, because every time we talk to Kiev, all we do is lose money and end up with more war. We have to stop this, and the only way to stop it is maybe go to the Russians, use their influence on Donetsk, get it turned off on the Donetsk side, and then we know for sure it's Kiev that's causing the problem. And if that's the case, then the United States can take Poroshenko's government and just twist its arm completely and say, look, you're going to stop fighting, you're going to stop blowing all the money we give you, and you're going to go ahead and start behaving like a normal European country, or you're no longer going to have free money. That will get the Ukrainians' attention.
Exactly. Basically, you think that the solution, this idea, no, of sending a special representative or envoy, to United States, to Russia, to deal about the Donbass, is a good idea.
Well, it's a very good idea. It will absolutely mortify and terrify the Ukrainians, because then they see their cash train stopping. They see all the free money stopping, and they absolutely freak out and panic. But the idea of a special representative to help end the conflict's already been done. That's how the United States ended the war in Serbia and Bosnia. So if they can do the same thing here and end the conflict, who could object to that? Only somebody who's in love with war could object to it. Yeah. So the idea is try and stop the war, try and stop the U.S. from losing millions and billions of dollars and having to finance a country killing its own people.
You think that the difference between Trump and Obama or Clinton is that he's not interested in a war with Russia?
Well, I don't think he wants a war with anybody. I think the problem that Trump has is that he has some great ideas that never had a chance. They really didn't have a chance, because the people that were already in government, nobody could change them. They were all appointed. They were already there in control, in positions of power. So Trump is one man. He can make change, but he can't walk through the front door within 3 months and change 10 years of U.S. policy. That's just too much. And apparently the United States understands this, because our policy right now is so unbalanced that other countries even see this. The Chinese, the Russians, everybody looks at us right now and says, whoa, these guys are not in control of their own house. So everybody's kind of taking a step back and trying to let things calm down, just like the Korean situation, which I think with North Korea, it's why you didn't see the United States immediately go in there with those aircraft carriers and start bombing North Korea, is because they've listened to the Russians and Chinese, and they're saying, okay, we'll try to go a little slower. Sometimes in diplomacy you need time, not force.
So, you, David, just for finishing, you love your country, United States.
Yeah, that's how I ended up here. I love my country so much I couldn't watch what Obama was doing to it. It broke my heart to watch what happened to my country, so I left.
I think you are a patriot, no? Because a real American patriot.
I like to think I am.
You know, I know, because I have been speaking very much about spend time when you speak about the American history. So you consider a patriot, and you are here in Donetsk just for helping even United States.
Yes, absolutely.
So-
I look at this as all of us are representatives of our own government. You, in some aspects, are an ambassador of Spain. I'm an ambassador of America.
Yeah.
I carry American values, American ideas wherever I go. Not everything in America is bad. There are certain things in America that are terrible, but there are also certain things in America that are beautiful and good. And it's kind of like a buffet. You don't have to eat everything on the table. Try to pick the things that are good or the things that are best. And it's the same thing with countries or people.
Yeah, thank you, David. Thank you for. Well, this is Gonzo Blogger. Today is 23 of April 2017, and this is Donetsk. We are just simply in the center of Donetsk. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Adios.
Adiós.